This is gonna be a short and sweet lesson. Don't do these too often, but I feel compelled to convey to you one of the coolest, most fun rhythmic devices that you can learn. See this pick? You don't need it. Here's the neon shuffle. I'm gonna play a little bit and then I'm gonna break down exactly what's going on. Okay, I could go all day, but let's just start from the beginning. Let's also note that this is from the Live in LA show, the iconic live DVD that John put out. I guess it was like right after Continuum came out, but this is like his intro to the intro of Neon, and I just have always been fascinated by this groove, and that song came up on my YouTube just randomly on the algorithm, and I was watching that, I was like, you know what, I'm learning that. So I played it a few times and got it to a point where I'm comfortable with it. I'm not necessarily playing exactly what John's doing, but it's really about the technique. Here is the technique, and it's basically a 4-point motion that you're gonna do. I'll do it without any notes first, and then I'll show you a couple chords you can add in to kind of get the groove of this intro. So I have a hit with my thumb, kind of like the meaty part of your hand to get that pop. And obviously if you're using an acoustic guitar, that's where that kind of thumping bass drum percussive sound comes from. So the thumb, and then we're gonna kind of bounce our hand, and as the bounce is happening, I'm not gonna go too far off the strings, but on the bounce back we have the index finger plucking like the A or D string, whatever happens to be there. Again, muting this. And then finally, like the middle and ring finger hitting that G and B string area. Now you'll notice there's 3 initial hits for this particular passage of music. Thumb, and then I use my index, middle, and ring to get these, and that's 2. So, and you can either ghost or choke out that second note, so that way it's like, you hear that? So we're really only hearing that chord. On the third actual hit, it is ghosted. So note, chord, ghost. And then right after the note, chord, ghost, we have the 4-point. And that's like a little stab. Slow it down. So much fun. As far as the chord I'm playing here, this is a major 6th against really a minor tonality. So it has like that kind of Dorian feel. Very groovy. And then there's this 6th over here. Super cool. So that's the chord that you can work this pattern up with, and you'll feel like you're John Mayer. And you can even slow it down. So it is such a cool technique, and you know it's cool when you can play it at any speed and it sounds good. Now, of course, the bass line is also very fun to work in, and that really kind of is the icing on the cake as far as this technique goes. Really kind of wobbly on this C, you know, because it's down tuned. So that's a really neat, like almost upright bass sound that John gets, and essentially it's this like Dorian sound. So this major 6, that's really the key note in this entire phrase. If you're wondering about how I got those intervals, well, learn music theory. You can learn it from me. Check out Guitar Super System. There's a link right down below. So we have, you know, if you wanted to start simply, fill in the gaps, fill in those spaces where it makes sense. A bass might kind of even out the phrase. Really, that's the whole thing. I think maybe the last piece you could add would be, instead of hitting bass notes, you could put in little fills, like little licks out of the Dorian sound here. Anything is game as far as that tonality. It's really my favorite minor mode is the Dorian mode. Ominously uplifting. I don't know how to describe Dorian, but it's really, really cool. And just like the bass, you could just fill in the gaps with licks. Well, that's gonna do it. I hope you have a nice day. See you later.